All right, ladies and gentlemen, we should be live here on The Drip. Haven't been here in a while. I wanted to come here, because it's time we have a live debate with the people of Safemoon. Now, oh, by the way, guys, I just went live. Sorry, I got to get this Twitter space up and running too. Remember to put your hands up if you want to talk. I'm trying to get everyone who is a Safemoon Army supporter up here, give them the chance to make their case for their favorite shitcoin. We are here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is a special edition episode of The Drip because I really had nowhere else to put this live stream. So I asked Amish, hey, can I take over for a hot second? And he said yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're live right now on The Drip. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the rules, I think. If you guys want to go to the rules, I'll give you the link to the video for everyone who's wanting to watch but doesn't want to actually talk. The space is only for those who want to talk. The Discord space is for people who want to talk. Otherwise, just join up. Join in the YouTube, okay? We're going to do a live space right now. We are going to talk about Safemoon. Gigantic fraud. And look, we're going to give them the chance to prove us otherwise, though, guys. We're going to give them the chance. Get ready. Buckle up, boys, because it's going down today. Live, here, I'm tweeting it right now. Live debate. All Safemooners, welcome. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Let's see how it goes. Can we get our first Safemooner up here, huh? Again, I'm looking for a hand raised. Okay, we got our first hand raised here. I'm going to invite you to speak. Dizzier. Mr. Dizzier, please come up on stage. Are we going to get Dizzier on stage here? Ladies and gentlemen, is he up for the task? Come on, Mr. Dizzier. We need our first person up here, guys. This is pathetic. Safemoon Army, where are you? We've been talking on Twitter for a long time. Y'all been talking about Discord. Big talkers on Discord. Big talkers everywhere. Come on. Where are the people? Where are the people to actually talk about the evidence here? We're going to try to invite our first person up. Nick Rome. Sorry, excuse me. How are you doing today, sir?
What's up, Coffee?
Nick Rome, I hope you're a Safemooner to the core. Tell me why I'm wrong.
Man, I just want to say I love your channel. I actually am anti-Safemoon. Like, I've been telling people not to invest in it since...
Bro, kick this guy out of here. I ain't got no time for that. I want Safemooners only, boys. Safemooners only. I will have a dead stream if I can't find Safemooners. Put your hand up if you're pro Safemoon. Otherwise, get the hell out. Where's the Safemoon Army, guys? You've been telling me I'm wrong. Now all the calls have been leaked. Everything's dropped. Where are the people who are ready to to actually have evidence? Where are they? Come on, guys. Come on. Hey, by the way, guys, just a big welcome to the YouTube chat right now. Hello. How you doing? Welcome to the congregation here. I'm waiting for someone to join. Please, someone, will you please join? The Coffeezilla space changed my mind. Bro, that guy tried to join and say, hey, I love your videos, bro. Not the time. I love you too, but not the time. We're taking on the Safemoon Army, dude. Not the time for that. Come on. Yeah. Giant Pie 12. No one wants to defend it, LMAO, unless it's on Twitter. Exactly. Unless they can do some like 12 tweet long thread, which is completely wrong. Math is completely botched. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about it publicly. Where are the Safemoon influencers? Can we talk about that, by the way? That is probably one of my favorite things that happened out of all of this. I'm going to show you guys this real quick while we got this going on. So I think you can see here. So I told people, gonna host a live debate, what you're watching, for Safemoon's best and brightest after my new video. It's going to be pure copium, and I can't wait. And I said, please, Safemoon Army, link me your bravest keyboard warriors, your most influential influencers, and your best blockchain sleuths. I want to talk to them all. And then I post this guy. I don't know if you guys can see this. This is Safemoon Joe. CoffeeZilla admits another mistake. So I was like, are you going to come up and talk about this? So I DM him and he ghosts me. And then Dark Moon Tim, another Safemoon influencer, he says, look at this, guys. Big brains, Dark Moon Tim. He says, while I do enjoy intelligent conversations, I also see what is trying to be done here. All we have in life is time. Let him have his debate by himself so he can waste his own time and not mine or anyone else's. I have more important things to do than talk to him. So he ducks me. Well, it turns out Mr. All We Have in Life is Time, made a 10-minute video yesterday, 22 hours ago, called Fudzilla. This is the guy that's ducking right now, this debate right now. Right here, look at this. Fudzilla, the Mr. All We Have in Life is Time. It's incredible. So here I am, guys, humbly before you, your humble coffee. And I'm just trying to talk to somebody. Again, no hands in the audience right now. I'm very disappointed. You can find it, guys. If maybe people lost the Discord invite, guys. It's the first thing in the description. You know, you can find it right there. Please find it. Everyone say, look, we got the Safemoon Army in the comments. I see the live chat. I see it. I see you guys. I see you right there. We're in the comments today, but where are they actually to talk? Where are they? Let's see here. Let's see if we have anything. Again, just a ghost town. Oh, we have our first hand up. Okay, here we go. Bafa Bots. Hopefully this is good. I hope this is a challenger approaches. Let's go. What's up, buddy?
Wife, I lost my car, bro. 90% down, but I'm still in it. You know what I mean? Like,
hell yeah, bro. 90% down. Hey, that's what you have to do. Are you serious? You're joking. You're trolling, right?
maybe, but you know what I mean? Safemoon, I ain't moon, bro. You're just not on that grind, you know? Get your money stolen, you gotta like it. You own nothing, you like it.
Well, fair enough, guys. That's probably the most honest call we'll have today. Ladies and gentlemen, where are they? Where is the Safemoon Army? Please, guys, we've got 226 Safemoon Army people in here right now. Where are they actually, though? I see them online. I don't see them now. They make video after video about me, actually. I don't know if you guys have seen this. This is pretty funny. So, let me show you guys real quick. If you just look up Safemoon CoffeeZilla. Let's see here. We have... Here we go. Well, we already know about Safemoon Joe. Big Joe here.
New to the channel, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe button, comment down below, and let me know what you thought about today's video. Also, before we begin, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just your everyday average Joe. Now, the Safemoon whole community has been, at best, all over the place last week. A video comes out attempting to expose the Safemoon community, and everyone unites together. It's amazing, to be honest with you. I am shocked how many people within this community just united together and said, hold on, there's some actual lies being told about us. Let's address them.
Let's address them, Joe. Where are you, Joe? Hey, where's Joe trending on Twitter, please, guys? Where is Joe? I want to know where Joe is. Where is the Safemoon Army banding together? Where are they? Guys, I can't just stay here live forever, just by myself here. Listen, it's embarrassing. Okay, we got two. We got two. Come on. Antonio, hello. Oh, wait, he's not up yet. Antonio, accept my invite, please. You've been invited up, sir. Okay, he took his hand down. Glock, hello, sir. Yes, we have
Hello.
Yes, are you our first Safemoon Army fan? Are you our Safemoon fanboy?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I am, man.
Good.
Man, CoffeeZilla. Well, why would you do this, man? Why would you do this to me?
I'm sorry, Glock. What do you mean? Aren't you mad about the people stealing from you?
You know, and my house, I had to get it refinanced just to buy more Safemoon.
Smart financial move, by the way. Very smart. Yeah, how's your investment doing, Glock?
I lost it all when I migrated it.
That's too bad, Glock. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Pump the stock, dude. Pump the stock.
No, I'm just kidding, man. Yeah, go get them. They're fucking cunts. So see ya.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Watch the tone, Glock. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but watch it. Okay? Sar, you're welcome to the stage, buddy. Where is Joe? Hashtag where is Joe on Twitter. Get it trending. Hashtag where is Joe. Hello. Sar.
How you doing, brother?
How you doing? Hey,
Oh,
thanks for coming up.
Hey, look. Well, I have a pretty good story about Safemoon and everything that happened to me.
Let's do it.
I was a pretty early investor. I was an investor on March last year. Man, I was up like about 1,000% of my investment at one point. I think I was up like I only put like $1,000, and I was up like at least $15,000 up at some point, 70,000. I don't know. But I do remember that at some point everything just started going downhill, and now I'm down. I would say around like most of my investment now. I'm pretty much even again, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Czar. And you're the best case scenario because you got in early. I mean, you got in early, and you're still basically right when you started.
You know, I was pretty much I was dead diving into the whole mentality on the Reddit and stuff, which people don't really want to accept the fact of what they're doing and stuff, you know. And I don't know, maybe it's true, maybe it's not. I don't even know if they're doing the right thing right now.
Well, what I'm trying to figure out, sorry, is where are all the people talking? Because I see all these people saying Fudzilla, Coffeezilla exposed. I see all these videos about me, and then I call these people out and I say, look, just come talk to me in a space. We'll just look through the evidence together. I think it's a pretty cordial invite. And Dark Moon Tim says, all we have in the world is time. What happened?
Man, I have no idea, because I do see on Reddit a lot of people trying to disprove what you said and everything, but nobody really has given a clear fact. Because I saw this post posted a lot on Twitter, saying that you were trying to drop the price so you could get in. So you could get in when the price was down and stuff. And I was like, well, that doesn't really make sense.
No, because it's going lower. It's going to go lower. That's the whole thing. It's going to go even lower once people figure out what this thing really is. It's like, what you think I'm going to invest in this thing? It's insane. No, I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of crazy conspiracies. I've seen conspiracies that Binance and Coinbase paid me off to make this video. I've seen all sorts of crazy conspiracies. But yeah, listen, hey, Czar, I want to give everyone else a shot. I want the real SafeMoon. Guys, I don't want anyone to say that I didn't give the SafeMooners a shot here. Okay? I want to give them a shot. I'm going to start inviting from the earliest people in the call down to give people who've had their hands up a long time a chance to talk. Miker, hello. How are you doing? Hello, sir. Do you have your mic on? Hello. We got dead air here, Mike. We can't have... All right. Sorry, Mike. I love you. Get your mic set up and we'll talk later. Okay. Here we got a guy from the Bronx. Hello, sir. How you... Well, all right. Hello, sir. How you doing?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Oh, nice. Yes, dude. Are you in the Safemoon army?
Yes. I don't appreciate how you're talking about the Safemoon on Twitter. You know what I'm saying?
Why not?
I'm like a OG Spacemoon, owner. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but the whole thing is, if it's a fraud, don't you want to know about that? If this whole time they've been stealing from you, don't you care?
It's just been a year. Like, you have to wait for some time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's been a year. It's down 90%. How long do you want to wait?
Just 4 years, like 3 more years. You know what I'm saying?
So then they can take all the money? What's the play here?
Sorry. You know what? I ain't gonna.
Bronx, are you still there? Hello. Oh, okay, we lost him. Sorry. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are inviting our next speaker up. Come on, guys. One man versus the entire Safemoon army. Surely you guys can bring me your best and brightest here. Come on. Hello, Phantom Crypto. Hello,
hey,
how are
what's
you doing?
up, man? Hey, what's up?
Hey,
have you ever looked into a company called Blue Triangle International through all of your investigating?
That's another. Isn't that another thing with Coroni?
Yeah, it claims to. He's currently the CEO. It was established in 2019, and it claims that he's advised Clinton, Bush, the Obama administrations, the White House, the FBI, and more. Just wondered if
Wow.
you came across that.
Wow,
It's
is
pretty
that
cool.
true? Really?
Hopefully, he uses them to help Safemoon out.
Maybe Safemoon will be saved from this guy, from Coroni. He's gonna magically come in and save everybody. I mean, what did you think? Listen, are you pro Safemoon? I'm really trying to get pro Safemoon people up here.
I'll be honest, mate. I'm not now.
Kicked, bro. I like you, Phantom Crypto, but we need to save the space for the Safemooners. This is a safe space for Safemooners, guys. It's a safe space, please. Safe space only. Hello.
You hear me now?
Yes, man. Thank you for joining. How are you doing, sir?
Doing all right. How are you?
Good. Hey, okay, this is a safe space. Are you into Safemoon?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Tell me, do you think I'm wrong? I assume you think I'm wrong.
I do think you're wrong.
Okay.
I do.
Let's
I
have
think
a respectful conversation about that.
Yeah. So before I start, may I ask a couple questions on your take of a few things?
Mm-hmm.
Are you at all invested in crypto?
Yeah, I've talked about how I have a little bit of the top, maybe top 5 market cap coins.
So what? So you just have what, like Binance, Bitcoin?
No, I don't hold
Cardano.
I don't like to talk about the specific coins, but it's
I'm
like
curious
the top
because it does weigh in.
Okay. Why does it weigh in?
So what? To know your position. If you're going to investigate something, you should disclose what it is that you.
Well, I can disclose that I don't hold Safemoon. Yeah, I don't hold Safemoon. That much I can disclose, and I've told you.
That's pretty relevant. I mean, that's pretty obvious too.
So hold on there. I mean, if I held Safemoon, people in Safemoon would accuse me of trying to manipulate price. So I think the fairest thing to do is not hold Safemoon, don't you think?
But couldn't you argue either way that you're still trying to manipulate the price? You have
no, I don't care what the price does. Hold on, I don't care what the price does. People said, "Oh, the price is down," then they said it's back up. I don't care. I want the truth out there. I think it's a fraud, so I know where it's going eventually. I don't really care what it does what it does today, what it does tomorrow.
So, question 2. You say you want to know the truth about these things. So is everything that you're stating, are you standing behind it as facts, or is it still just your opinion?
Which part?
Your videos, your statements about Safemoon. Are these things that are just your opinion of Safemoon?
There's a lot of statements that I make. So Mike, here, let me walk you through some of these statements, right? So here's a statement that's a fact. Safemoon said that their liquidity was auto-magically locked. Okay, that's a fact. Here's another fact. They stole from that liquidity on March 5th and continued to steal via Kyle through April 5th. Then Thomas continued the train, removed liquidity, which should have never been possible. And they only start disclosing it way later after all this stuff is happening that, oops, we're taken from the cookie jar, guys. So by the time they're $1 billion market cap coin, it's finally coming out that they're allowed to steal from you guys. And that's not okay. I mean, don't you think that makes it a fraud? When somebody steals from the LP.
So I don't know that it's necessarily theft because we don't know what the allocation of the LP use is.
Okay, to be
clear. Is it being used for the company? Is it being used for personal gain? We don't know that. You don't know that either.
To be clear, the core purpose of the LP is to provide price stability. That's the whole pitch of the coin. It's called Safemoon, Mike. It's called Safemoon. You're supposed to go safely to the moon. You have tremendous price volatility because of the fact that your liquidity pool has been repeatedly drained. And your question is, oh, well, what have they done with the money? They took it, Mike. They took it. Why don't you ask Coroni, who's been gone? Why don't you ask Coroni, who's been gone for the last several days, where the money's gone, right? Why didn't you ask him that? Because I asked him that. Listen, Mike, hold on one second. Because I asked him that myself, Mike. I asked him myself.
Who are you for him to spend his time addressing this issue with? And a lot of your statements are false or misleading. Did you at all interview and include any current staff members of Safemoon other than the ex-employees?
So first of all, Mike, most of the current staff members have been fired. Like, for example, I reached out to Fudhound
Most of
to
them?
talk. No, listen. I reached out to Fudhound to talk. In between my investigation, he was fired and resigned and also didn't accept my request for comment. I've approached nearly all the Safemoon employees, Mike.
Yep, all those employees are disgruntled employees that you pick and choose what it is that you're going to include.
Mike, the former CTO of Safemoon admits he sees the problem with him and other people in Safemoon profiting off of the stolen liquidity. So what are you exactly saying here when Thomas Smith gets $1 million payout from Kyle, which is, we know where a lot of his tokens come from. Most of his tokens came from the LP stolen. So you said like, oh, is it for personal gain or is it for company purposes? Right there, that's $1 million, Mike. Aren't you concerned about that?
Again, I don't know where that money went, where it came
He's
from.
on a call saying it, Mike. He's on a call saying it. What do you mean you don't know where it went? He's on a call saying the words.
Is that the clip at the end of your video? That you,
No. It's early on. I just released the new call, Mike. I thought you would have been caught up with this.
I don't watch the new call. No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
Well, go watch the new call. I mean, you're in here trying to tell me, we don't know where the money went. We do know because I interviewed the former CTO of Safemoon, which you accused me of not doing, of approaching employees. So this is my problem, Mike. You're saying things that are not factually accurate. You're not up to date with the facts, and you're saying we don't know. Would you admit it's a fraud? Would you admit it's a fraud?
I didn't admit it's a fraud. No, it's not.
Right. Well, hold on. Let me finish. Would you admit it's a fraud if employees at Safemoon were directly profiting from the LP that was taken out, even when it shouldn't be? Mike, would you agree that that's a fraud?
I don't know the details around that, so I can't weigh in on it. I don't know why or what allocation was used for the LP, but let's give you a point on the LP and move past the LP topic, shall we? Are you okay with that?
Well, the LP is the main argument. So the LP is the core of why Safemoon is a fraud. Well, there's all these other things tangential, which are important. Obviously, there's all this money people lost. People lost $6 million, but
$6 million, but not 100, right?
Yeah, that's
you
correct.
Corrected the math on that one?
Yeah, we corrected the math on that, Mike. That's what we do.
Really? Okay.
Right. Well, there's a correction. There's very public corrections right now.
What about the FBI investigation? Is that still ongoing or is that ended?
I guess we'll find out, Mike.
It's ended. Find out that ended and they found nothing.
Okay. If you say so, Mike, we'll find out.
Right. Does Safemoon have legitimate business ties in Utah? Do they have a company headquarters? Have you reached out to them in your
I've reached out to Coroni for months. Here's my problem, Mike. You keep saying things like, have you reached out? Have you done your due diligence? And I keep telling you things that I've done, and you just dismiss them. Here's the thing, Mike. The core thing is the main reason your investment's down is because they said you're going safely to the moon, and whoops, they took the money, Mike. And then you don't accept that
to validate what it is. So there are tokens called Come Bucket. Does that mean that everybody should come into a bucket and that's your investment? That's stupid. It's just the name that they use. It doesn't mean that it's safely to the moon. That's why they use Safemoon. They use Safemoon because it's catchy. And yes, they get a marketing around it.
So they don't use Safemoon because it's safely to the moon.
They may have had marketing for it, but that is not the sole reason why they use Safemoon.
The GitHub says, this is the original GitHub, join us on our journey safely to the moon, Mike. Your facts are wrong, Mike. This is their GitHub. This is their first statement about Safemoon is join us on our journey safely to the moon. That's the whole point. Right? Oh, and then look, there's the other lie. By auto-locking liquidity for 4 years. I guess that was a lie, Mike, but you don't care about that.
You keep going over the same point. Liquidity, fine. You have a point.
That's the whole point of Safemoon, though. Don't you understand that? This is what I said in my video. I said you can get lost in trying to go into the Gambian wind farms. You can get duped by the stupidity smokescreen they put up for you guys. But if you just focus on the core elements, it all falls apart. There's no defense for it.
You talk about like the Gambian lie. So John Crony didn't go to Gambia. He didn't meet with
I didn't say that.
leaders. Well, that's what you said. It's a smokescreen. It's a lie.
No, I said a smokescreen is a distraction, Mike. It's not a lie. Do you know what a smokescreen is?
Yeah, they can't see through it. And you said smokescreen, and it's a lie.
Right. You can't see through because they throw Gambia at you, and all of a sudden you go, oh, what's going on with the liquidity? I don't know. It doesn't matter because they have Gambian wind farms. Who cares? The core thing, they didn't say in their original marketing, we're going to have Gambian wind farms here. They said, hey, it's auto-locking liquidity. Hey, look down here. Join us safely to the moon.
Keep saying the same point over and over again.
Because that's what makes it a fraud, Mike. If that's what makes it a fraud, of course, that's what I'm going to keep repeating. I mean, what do you want me to say? This is the whole problem with Safemoon. It's always been the problem with Safemoon.
Move on from the point with liquidity. Talk about other points is what I was asking.
Right. Okay. So do you admit they lied about the LP?
Lied about it in that it was locked? Yeah, it's not locked.
Right. And that they wouldn't touch it or couldn't touch it.
And it obviously was touched, so it wasn't locked. That is correct. That's not.
Yeah. And so they lied about that repeatedly all the way up through like April 21st, which is the all-time high of Safemoon, coincidentally. Okay. I just want, but we'll move on after this. I just want to get our facts clear here. I need to get our facts clear.
So yeah, obviously they touched liquidity. That said it was locked. It was not locked.
Yes.
Therefore, that would be a lie.
Yes, and the entire team did it. John Caroni did it. Our savior, John Caroni. Miracle
But
Man John Caroni did it.
You have evidence that John Caroni himself was manipulating the liquidity pool in his favor.
He was telling Papa to do what he did. That's what Papa's
I
allegation
think your
is
video
in the
said
new
that
video.
he asked him not to lock liquidity where Papa wanted it locked.
Yes, that's also true. But in the new video, Papa is basically on record saying, hey guys, basically, oh, and by the way, Papa behind the scenes provided screenshots to verify this. If Papa agrees to it, I can.
I didn't watch the thing today, so
if Papa releases, I can release the screenshots. But it shows Caroni telling Papa to move the funds. Okay, so and those are funds that came from the liquidity pool. So yes, I have direct evidence.
To where?
In that case,
is
to
it just
Bitmart.
move to Bitmart?
Yeah, where they're
But
getting
we don't
paid.
know what the use is.
Well, we know they're getting paid millions of dollars in Tether,
Bitmart?
though.
Why would Bitmart pay Safemoon?
That's a great question.
Moving?
But what I asked Papa was, is that money can't come from nowhere. So if Safemoon's making millions, which he admits they are, and if Bitmart's making millions, who's losing millions? And Papa's answer, your former CTO, said, the people paying the fees. And I responded, the investors. That's who's losing the money. When you move from the liquidity pool and you're selling it off and all of a sudden Safemoon makes money, you agree that Safemoon can't generate cash from nowhere, right? Money has to come from somebody. No, money is never just free, right? So if Safemoon goes from, they don't make money from the LP, but when they touch it and sell it, suddenly they do. So Safemoon's making millions. Bitmart is making millions. Let's walk through this, Mike. Who's losing millions?
Why? It's everything that's tied to Safemoon is losing. It wouldn't be one or the other. It's not.
No. Let me repeat myself. You agree money can't come from nowhere, right?
You're just trying to set up a gotcha question, but I'm not going to fall for that.
Unfortunately,
the entire thing. It's like saying
the facts are the gotcha.
If Coca-Cola poisoned 1,000 people, all people who have Coca-Cola are involved in poisoning. That's not true.
No, that's not
or
what I'm
all
saying.
People are at a loss.
No, that's not at all what I'm saying.
People being poisoned.
Okay.
That's what you're saying.
No. The Papa call, the former CTO admits they were making millions from their Bitmart deal. Okay, we'll walk through this. So that's a fact. It's not me conjecture. This is not conjecture. It's not opinion. So That's true.
I would hope that
Bitmart is making millions from the
they are
deal.
making plays that is making money off of a play.
Bitmart's making millions from the deal. That's also a fact. So I'm trying to ask you to connect two dots here. 1 + 1. So if Bitmart's making millions, Safemoon is making millions, who's losing millions? Papa didn't take this long to answer, by the way. Papa was like, oh, I can figure this out.
Yeah, but I don't know that you're directly correlating, because Bitmart makes money off of cuts for people signing up and doing trades. There are fees for these trades. So there are fees for trades when you use.
They're the same fees, by the way.
Wow.
Their fees are what Safemoon's fees are. They try to implement tokenomics. So
And
also,
you don't think that there's investors who throw money into this as well?
Mike, I'm really struggling here. I feel like you're trying to invent the perpetual money machine here with your logic.
I'm not saying that there's a perpetual money machine.
It's really not complicated. Safemoon used their liquidity pool to make millions of dollars, okay? Which they said they weren't going to do, right? You're saying,
So
that's no big deal
so
because that's for Bitmart.
Millions of dollars. Why did their market cap drop?
If they're what?
Their whole value of Safemoon dropped across the board. It's not one person or one group of people in general. The entire company lost value.
Okay, hold on. You're almost there, Mike. You're almost there. So Safemoon, the coin, lost money, while Safemoon, the company, and people who controlled it,
the tech company that is
made money. So what do we conclude? What do we conclude if the investors are losing while the company and the people associated with the company are winning, all because of a lie, which you agreed is a lie? What do we conclude there?
Again, the token is separate from the company. I understand that. But what you're saying is that they're funneling the money out of the token into the tech company, correct?
They're funneling the money out of the coin.
That's your acquisition.
They're funneling the money out of the coin, and we know that users from Safemoon or people inside Safemoon have directly profited, such as Papa, who's on a call admitting to making, he says, in the ballpark of $2 million and a $1 million payout from Kyle. So your former CTOs, your people, they're making millions.
So you've already established that there's two separate entities. There's a cryptocurrency and there's a tech company. Have you investigated and or done any research into where the funding of Safemoon Tech Company is coming from and where the money is paid out from there as well?
Mike, this is why people like me, we go and we confront the sources of this, the people best equipped to give us information. We confront all the employees. We talk to all of these people. Most of them are terrified of Coroni. They don't want to be on the record, but their evidence is pretty damning. There's a few people who came forward publicly. Coroni's hiding who knows where. I'd be on the call with him if I wasn't on the call with, I don't want to be on the, no offense. I'd rather be on a call with Coroni right now. He won't pick up my phone. I don't know why. I keep saying, Coroni. Where are you?
Okay. So next topic. Go. Keep going. Okay. I don't agree with where you're leading that, because there's two separate entities. The Safemoon company as a tech company, and then there's the cryptocurrency. Yes,
right. But it started as just a cryptocurrency, right? And they've used this idea of a tech company to distract people like you who get smoke screened by things like Gambian wind farms. So you guys don't know what's going on. So you guys don't care that basically your token has gone to basically zero or down 90%. Excuse me.
It's not basically zero. It's down. Yes.
90% or more.
Depending on what point you bought in. Yes. You're using the extreme worst scenario. If you bought in at the all-time high, now you would be down 90%.
Listen, we just had someone on that said they were like one of the earliest investors. Chat can back me up. And the guy said, look, dude, I'm basically even. Even the earliest investors, if you were stupid enough to hold while Ben Phillips sells on you. Hey, listen, I just feel bad. I just feel bad for the Safemoon holders because they're getting taken advantage of. and they don't realize it.
I
Listen,
don't
I'm
bel-
going to give some. Do we have other people wanting to? Okay, we got a lot of hands up. I'm going to give some other people a chance to talk.
Yeah, go
Mike,
ahead.
if we have chance at the end, unless do you have some big
I'll
like
stay here. Yeah.
devastating nuclear bomb to like give me? Because I don't want to be
No,
accused
but
of
it's
pushing
not.
you
See,
off.
the thing is, it's not my place to sit here and disprove whatever you say. In IT, the first thing you learn about fixing a problem is not disproving something that is out there. For example, a great example of this is to say that there's a falsity that there's a tea kettle orbiting the sun within our solar system. Why would you spend energy trying to disprove that? You being the one coming to this, you need to provide the evidence that it is false.
Right. You're trying to say that my claims are not falsifiable, but when I have an audio recording of your former CTO, the second most important person in
There's
your
a
thing,
reason why he got
admitting-
fired.
No, he
He was fired.
Listen to the call, Mike. That's all I'm going to say. Listen to the call. Do your best. I'm sure you think Fudhound was fired too, right? Fudhound's fired. Everyone's fired
I
from
don't know
Safemoon.
about that. That one I don't know about.
All
That
the
was,
best, Mike.
He seemed to quite quit at the same time. Right.
I appreciate it. Okay. Wow. What'd you guys think? Can I get? I want to see chat. Oh. Woo. Okay. NixKnox.eth. Hello. Hello, sir. You're
Hello.
on the CoffeeZilla show. Welcome.
Thank
Are you
you.
here to defend Safemoon?
I am here not as the biggest Safemoon fan, but as a Safemoon holder. And I just have a couple of questions actually for you, if you don't mind answering them. They're very simple questions. Would you agree that a lot of coins in the crypto markets can be memes? Or just meme coins with basically no utility?
I agree. That's currently the case. Yes.
Okay. So, we all know that a lot of people can lose money investing in those coins, right?
Yeah.
Do you agree that some people can also make a lot of money trading those coins, right?
Sure thing, NixKnox. Yes.
So now my question is a very simple question. It's not in terms of defending the team or anything, but what do you think is the main reason why people put money into coins, not even Safemoon specifically, just coins in general, right? It's to make money.
Sure.
And even though the coin currently is down 90% or 99% at the moment from its all-time highs.
It's coming back, I'm sure.
But first of all, I do agree with a point that Mike made earlier. We are using the most extreme example. We could also look at basically any other major coin under a market cap of 50 mil, and most of them are the same, whether or not they have utility or not, right? Now,
is there a point? Is there a point here?
Yes.
Okay, we're
My point
circumnavigating the point.
All right. So my point is that this is not specifically about the Safemoon team fraud or whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm still waiting for the FBI investigation and everything to come out. It's innocent until proven guilty, in my opinion. Now, for me, I think is, despite if it's a fraud or not, would you agree that there is still a possibility that Safemoon holders, like myself at the moment, are able to still make money?
Hold on, NixKnox. Before you get too deep in your rabbit hole here, okay?
All right.
Let me just ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Can people make money on a fraud?
Yes.
Is it still a fraud, NixKnox?
I will wait until
No. Hypothetical here. People, you just admitted people can make money on a fraud, but is it still a fraud?
Yes.
There you go. We just prevented ourselves from going down a 30-minute rabbit hole. That's your answer right there. I know it sounds very simple, but that's really all there is to it. They lied about what they were going to do with the coin. They lied about their core point, the whole point of Safemoon, right? You say it was a meme coin, and it was, but they had things that they were advertising. They told their investors we're different. We're not just a meme coin that's going to rug. We're not going to do that to you guys. You can join us safely to them as right here, guys, right there, because our last guy didn't believe it. right from the original start. They said it was automatically locked, auto-locking. Oh, wait, is it locked at all? That's the problem. That's the core issue. If they had not said that, we wouldn't be talking. And it also probably wouldn't be as big as it is. I think the reason a lot of people got into Safemoon is for the tokenomics, for the whole pitch of this beautiful idea of a liquidity pool that's constantly, stabilizing the price. It's constantly raising up. So let me just leave you with that. I mean, people made money on the Bernie Madoff scam, and that didn't make it any less of a scam.
I'll just finish with that because then I'll leave to some hopefully also real Safemoon fans. Is I think that you, just as me as well, are way too much into crypto to actually think that people generally care about tokenomics. Tokenomics, I think, is a very large buzzword that people do not understand. And I think the main reason why people bought Safemoon was they expected to make a lot of money. Whether it was...
Whoa, you're close. You're so close, Nick Knox. I can't let you get away with this. You're right. They bought it to make money, but why did they think they were going to make money? What made them? Did they just randomly pick it? All they knew about was the name. Why do you think they picked it? Do you think nobody researches coins at all? Like, why? Maybe they read a white
I think
paper?
if you think that the majority of people who buy meme coins generally think and read the white paper, then over 90% of meme coins would not take off because regardless of what's written in Safemoon,
I mean, we're not talking about a tiny meme coin. We're talking about $1 billion market cap. So you're saying if Safemoon had launched, had no white paper, no website, no advertising about how it's supposedly safe, you're saying it would be how much was it? Like a $4 billion market cap?
I think that Safemoon with a website, with marketing, but without the claim of the whole Safemoon locked automatic liquidity, maybe will have gone a little bit smaller, but I generally think that it still would have had the potential to reach above a $500 to $1 billion market cap.
No, you're wrong.
Especially,
and you're wrong, and it doesn't matter anyways because they did. It's a fraud, and that's the whole issue. I mean, you're kind of saying like, oh, well, the part that's a fraud wasn't really that impactful, but it's like, it's impossible. You're totally speculating. You're off in this like la la land of like, people are just trying to make money. They don't care if it's a fraud. I disagree.
Fair enough.
So, okay. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. All right. We're getting our next guy up. I can only take so many of these. Safemooner. I hope you're up, man. Hello.
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 Can you hear me?
Doing? Yes. Hello. Welcome.
Okay, so thank you. Yeah, so okay, I just have one very simple argument I think makes sense. All right. Let's just say you put all the fraud stuff aside for a second, right?
Oh.
We're in a situation where Safemoon is down 90%. Now, they're about to team up with a top-notch marketing team, including Carlos Matos. And instead of using your clout to contribute to that and save the Safemooners, you're just trying to expose them and make it worse. We could all be making money together, but, you're choosing the side of darkness.
Hey, listen, let me tell you right now. If Carlos Matos gets involved with Safemoon, I will flip on a dime, okay? Trust me.
Beautiful.
Trust me, dude.
I love to hear it.
We're all in. I'm just kidding. Hey, listen, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Okay, that guy's clowning, obviously. Sorry, guys. We're inviting you up one by one. We can't avoid the people who are just joking around. Beep, beep. I'm a Jeep. What's up?
Hey, I actually got in.
Hello, sir. I did say anybody please tell me you're a Safemooner. We need Safemooners
I am a
only.
Safemoon fan. I can tell you that. I don't hold a token, but I've been following this project since it began, and I've been enjoying the shit show.
Good. Hey, so what do you think? Are you here to debate me?
No. I just wanted to like when I look at this, right? It's like, have everyone ever been on Kickstarter or Indiegogo or anything like that? This screams exactly like that kind of project.
If he doesn't get to the point.
They have these cool CGI, massive like time plan, white paper patents. Everything's going to work perfectly. And then what usually happens, it either crashes completely or the founder runs away with the money because they're overpromising. Like, this is like almost 101 like that. It's crazy how many people get suckered into this. And it
Beep, beep. I didn't read the rules, okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I love you guys. Everybody who's coming up, I know we just all want to talk and have our time, but this is a safe space for Safemooners. They don't like hearing that. Please, keep it to the Safemoon only people.
Hey,
Okay.
Coffee, can you hear me?
Crypto Control, hello.
Hey, how's it going? We've talked before. If you let me get through some points, I think that it kind of get to the heart of what's being discussed right now. First, if I could ask you this question just to get your feedback. If pointing out the fraud of Safemoon lessens the chance of investors getting their money back in the future, is it worth doing? Because that's something I struggle with myself. In your perspective,
I think frauds are always worth being exposed because it prevents not only mostly it's for like future investors. I mean, it's kind of this crazy idea that we should just like let frauds play out. It's a pretty stunning like concept. So what? They can just get more people on board. We don't say anything bad. We don't tell people the truth because people might lose money because everyone finds out what a fraud it was. The whole problem with Safemoon is the money's not there. Right? There's only right now like $7 million of liquidity in the liquidity pool. If that goes, that's $7 million. Whoever gets to it first kind of gets it. I mean, sorry to say, there's not enough money for everybody. So this whole idea of like we just let it play out, it doesn't make any sense to me. It's kind of crazy. I've never even heard of such a concept.
I agree with that. I think it's a weird thing to struggle with when you're a part of it. You know, I think it's easy for you to come outside as somebody who hasn't been on the inside, who, didn't believe in Safemoon at one point. It might be a different perspective, but either way, the standards of judgment, what you're talking about, I completely agree with. If there's fraud, it should be pointed out, whether or not it affects the future of the project. I guess, I was thinking, like, even if they took $1, like, we'd still consider that fraud if they took $1 out of the LP. Right.
Sure, but it's not $1, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
no, I was just saying, even if it was a real small amount.
To be clear, like, if it was like $10 or something like that, I probably wouldn't have made a video about it. I mean, the whole problem is that a lot of the price action is because of the fact they took so much money out. So these are interesting hypotheticals, but they're just like not relevant.
No, I know, and I'm definitely getting to that. So like, I think that without knowing exactly how much they took, what they actually spent it on, and the real impact it had on the price, that it's really hard to come to, a conclusion on what scale this happened, because even my perspective as an investor, it seems like, because every crypto project happens that way. It's like a pump and dump. Because whales, people are going to sell their bags. So it's most projects, people are going to hit selling points. So it's not like almost every project has that big pump, that big dump. And if you're part of the team, usually you give yourself marketing or you give yourself private sale wallets. And it seemed to be that they didn't do that. And maybe that's why they chose to go about going into the LP. I'm not saying that was right, if they did that, especially on what scale, but I think there probably was, if they did do that, a better way they could have gone about it by, asking the community and letting the community decide, saying, hey, we need money for development, but we're going to let you guys decide, how much we can take or if we can take anything at all. That probably would have been a much better way to go about it. But I feel like it's really hard to know how much of a fraud is going on without knowing what did they spend it on. Did they spend it on Safemoon? Did they off ramp into bank accounts and buy themselves houses? Then it'd be like a real problem. And I think that's the thing that I've been thinking about way before you ever did any of these videos, was I'm like, where did they get all their money? And if they played any role in the price going down while we're all buying the dips and we're being super hyped about owls and exchanges and blockchains and all these things, then yeah, I would definitely be like, okay, this is, that's game over for this project. But it's just really hard to know without knowing how much money was spent and what it was spent on. And I don't think anybody has those answers right now, do they?
They do. So a few things here. So one thing, you like compared Safemoon to a bunch of other projects and you're like, well, look, just everyone kind of goes to these dips. There's a difference between people who have big bags selling it, who got them through like fair ways, and then lying about the main way you're going to get your money, stealing money because you said you weren't going to take it, you couldn't take it, And then that's how you make your money. It's a completely different thing. And I feel like you're conflating that. Secondly, you're sort of like, look, we just don't know where the money went. Well, we don't know where every dollar went, but I can show you that Ben Phillips made $12 million while working for Safemoon, right? And he was a part of the team. Where did that money come from? From Kyle. Where did Kyle get it? From the LP. Kyle himself made about $10 million in a bunch of shell accounts in September. So what exactly, or October, it's off the top of my head right now. So what exactly do you mean we don't know how much? I mean, how much money has to be stolen from you guys before you admit it's a fraud? Like, basically what I'm trying to say is you're saying we don't know how much, but there has to be some critical threshold. You said if they took $1, it's not that big of a deal. I agree. When you get into the tens of millions of dollars, come on.
No, I was saying.
By the way, just by the fact that they took that, how much more have they taken, right? So that's the whole part of it.
My point was that even if they took $1, it would still be considered fraud because they were not supposed to take it out. I wasn't trying to lessen the numbers.
But again, because you're saying we don't know what they spent it on. I can tell you what Ben Phillips spent it on, right? He's rocking around with a Rolls Royce. He's flying private jets. I mean, where's the outrage?
No. I completely agree. Like, I'm 100% there with you on Ben Phillips and anybody that's proven. I 100% agree on those. Guys. Yeah, I 100% agree. I was specifically, I'm sorry, I should have clarified, talking on the last point about John's wallet, because that's what everybody's last pillar of hope is in right now.
That's their last pillar. Yes, absolutely.
So that's what I was talking about.
So what we know of John is he was started in a trailer. He's no longer in a trailer. We know that they now have this like giant HQ from nowhere. He walks around in these super expensive suits, all that kind of stuff. I mean, you can just look at it. Where does he suddenly get the money to go from rags to riches? Where is this rags to riches story coming from? It's incredible. It's an American dream story. You go from a guy who's living in a trailer running Tano, all of a sudden to this. I mean, Mr. Captain of a $4 billion company walking around in all these nice suits, flying back and forth from London. What exactly do you think happened here?
No, I
and then he's got
agree.
millions of dollars of Tether in these like wallets that nobody knew about. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to kind of figure out what's going on.
It doesn't, and unfortunately, we still have to have proof. Even if it looks really bad, if we don't have that solid evidence, then we can't really come to a conclusion or an assumption.
No, let me tell you what's not going to happen. The Safemoon Army will never come to a conclusion until the day that their last dollar is drained. Unfortunately, most of the Safemoon Army will never come to a conclusion about this. John Caroni could stand up on his stage and admit he scammed all of you, and not all of the people, but most of the people would say, well, he was just a visionary trying to do it. Good for him. I mean, this is what happens when you are in these pump and dump schemes. People are down 90%. They need to hold on to hope. But I don't know what you keep like backpedaling. Like, well, if we found this, it'd be fraud. Okay, we found that. Oh, well, if we found a certain amount and we found out they were buying like cars and whatever. Oh, we found out one of the guys is buying a car. Oh, we found out some of the other team was making millions. Oh, they were making millions. I mean, what I'm saying is the backpedaling will never stop.
No, I'm not I've agreed with you on everything except for John. I'm saying even though it looks really bad, we need the solid evidence before we come to a conclusion.
No, but what I'm saying is no one will. The Safemoon Army, you may come to a conclusion.
There's a lot of people that think like me. I make Safemoon YouTube videos, so there's a lot of people that do agree with my thinking. They want answers. You have the people that are maxis that they don't want to look at and speculate on anything negative about John or the team. And I agree with you on that. But there's a lot of people that feel how I feel, and they agree with you. They want answers.
So where's the demands for John? I mean, all I see is Fudzilla. This is all FUD. Where's the? I mean, look, I'm the only guy coming forward with calls from the former CTO because listen, I'd love to get John on the phone. Unfortunately, he's not picking up my calls, answering my tweets. Excuse me. So that's the whole issue. Is of course we all want the final nail in the coffin, but that's all it is. This thing was a scam from day one, and it doesn't take a genius to figure it out. I understand that, like, the Safemoon Army, you guys were so invested in it that you just can't let go of hope. But come on.
Can I say something to that, actually, Kofi?
Yeah, sure.
So, this is how I take my approach as a YouTuber who talks about crypto with any project, even projects I hate. I don't tell anybody to buy or sell, and I don't want to influence them to buy or sell. I just want to provide them information and let them decide for themselves. because no matter how good or bad things look, you don't know what's going to happen. SafeMoon has a lot of financial resources, a huge community. They have connections to, CIA, Barra Holly Group, and I think it's not your typical crypto of a couple guys running a token. So they still do have this potential of doing something that could raise the price one day. So I don't want to tell somebody that it's going to go to zero, because if they listen to me and they don't buy, or they change their mind and they sell, and they might miss out on a huge opportunity. And since none of us know the future, there's no way to. I think it's dishonest to say that it's going to succeed or it's going to fail.
No, I think it's dishonest to not put two and two together and just keep people holding on to hope. Because if you look at a lot of frauds, they go a lot like this. Like the Theranos fraud was starting to be well documented before the final thing hit. And the people who held on longest were hurt the worst. And so what you're doing is saying, oh, wait till the last straw. Wait till we. It's over, man. If it started as a fraud, it doesn't suddenly magically unbecome a fraud. If you steal money from a project, you don't suddenly unmagically steal money from a project, right? So this is the whole thing that I'm struggling with. Listen, I think we're gonna have to get to some other callers, but I sort of disagree with you, and I'll let other people make up their mind about what they think about all this. Okay, who do we have up next? Let's see here. Fish. Oh, wait. No. I want to get Champ of Sun up. Champ of Sun. I've been wanting to talk to him. Champ of Sun, are you there, man? Let's invite this guy up to speak. He's very smart guy. Champ of Sun. Hey, Champ of Sun. Hey, how are you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm doing good. So
I've been wanting to talk to you. Listen,
you've probably been seeing me post a lot.
Sorry?
You probably see me post a lot.
Oh, I was reaching out to you a while back about something else, because I've been trying to talk to people who are sort of knowledgeable about the Safemoon lore and all that kind of stuff, and you seem like you're one of the more knowledgeable ones, so this should be a good conversation.
Sure. Yeah, so my main thing that I'm questioning or wanting to know from your videos is, how do you know that 15 million USDT is the 5% LP fees? Where's the proof that that's exactly what that is?
Right. So here's what happened. So we have the whole thing about so there's two parts to this, which is one, Bitmart said, so at first I was asking around, I go, look, where's this money coming from? Somebody tells me, oh, Bitmart was paying Safemoon to list. So I contact Bitmart, I email them. I say, did you pay Safemoon to list? They said, no. And I said, okay, well, how did this all work? And they said, well, this whole thing basically comes from, the whole way these structures work comes from this automatic tokenomics that we had implemented, and they posted it publicly, which I've posted several times now, where they say 5% is going to reflections and 5% is going to the money market account of the Safemoon people to be deposited back to developers, to be deposited into the LP, right? This was publicly said. So you have millions of dollars being generated into this money market account that should have gone into the LP. To this date, we have no evidence of that. And Papa, in his call, said they never did manual migrations back into the LP from the thing, or from Bitmart. So you have that. So the question is, okay, if they had tons of money accumulating, it didn't go anywhere, and then a wallet Coroni controls is withdrawing millions of dollars, what is the logical conclusion there? Now, to be clear, I did say in my video, I said, look, I tried to reach out to Coroni about this. We're trying to talk about this, but it's the most sensible answer. Now, the second part about this too is the other source it could have come from is from Papa, basically, who said they were selling the liquidity pool to Bitmart. So it could have come from that. But the question once again is what I talked about to the last caller about is, if they were selling it over the counter to Bitmart, why weren't they putting that money back into the LP?
So my question is, why do you think it's exact 1 million, 2 million, 3 million USDT amounts, and for an exact precise total of 15 million USDT? And also, why do you think if it's 5% fees that was meant to be put back in LP, did it only come in during June and then one time in July?
So there are a few more wallets I didn't talk about that also were connected to the Coroni wallet that were also withdrawing millions of dollars in Tether from Bitmart. I think the Kyle wallet also withdraws millions. I mean, I can follow up with you about this, but there's a lot more than the 15 million. That's just the part that I wanted to talk about specifically because it's the most linked to Coroni. And I think he has the
Right.
most to answer about with this because, look, I talked with the last caller. Caroni's poor before, or not poor. I shouldn't say poor. He's living in a trailer before Safemoon, right? All of a sudden, wallets tied to him have millions of dollars. Where did this money come from? How did
Right.
suddenly
That's-
Caroni end up
that
with
is-
millions, or Caroni controlled accounts end up with millions of dollars coming from Bitmart? How does Safemoon generate money on Bitmart? What's an explainable way they can generate millions on Bitmart?
Well, so those are Bitmart hot wallets. So in theory, it could come from any account on Bitmart. Is that correct?
I mean, sure,
Like,
but
so-
but you
so-
have Papa on a
Yes.
call, but you have Papa on a call saying they were making millions from Bitmart, and you have John Caroni saying to a guy that they're going to put us in a new tax bracket. Why do you think he said that if they weren't going to put him in a new tax bracket?
Well, technically speaking, if you did have a lot of Safemoon at the time, you were put into a new tax
No,
bracket.
he said
once you
with the
got-
Bitmart deal. He said the Bitmart deal is going to put us in not Safemoon, the Bitmart deal. Why do you
Right.
think he said that?
Because it was a pretty big deal. It's that's something you can speculate on. It could be meaning that the Bitmart was going to be paying them out, as you're suggesting,
Mm-hmm.
or it could mean that it would help drive the price of Safemoon to increase a lot, as it did when it reached all-time high. Anyone who had a significant amount of Safemoon at the time would.
Do
have
you
been
honestly
put
believe
in-
that? Do you honestly believe that's what happened? Do you honestly believe that's why they said that?
I don't know why he said that.
Well,
I
we
will
also
say that.
have Papa saying they were making millions from Bitmart, from this Bitmart deal. So it's not. So you have Caroni saying it's going to put him in a new tax bracket. You have Papa saying they were making millions from this Bitmart deal. The conclusion is they were making millions from the Bitmart deal. And the question is, why is it going into Caroni's controlled wallets instead of back into the LP where it belongs?
Because we don't know for sure. So that is something I would
No,
like
but
them to
we
comment
but
on.
but hold on. What
We
we
don't
do
know
know
for
for sure, what we do know for sure is that Safemoon's profiting millions of dollars, and there's no good explanation for how Caroni could suddenly be pulling out $15 million from personal funds. Where's he getting those personal funds?
Yeah, that one we don't know.
Right,
That
but we
one
also
is
know he said
something
he's going to put him in a new tax bracket. I mean, it's pretty obvious here what happened.
It's possibly obvious what happened. It's
What
not
is-
it's
what
not
does
proof, though.
possibly
That is
obvious
something
mean?
that I do agree that is something that the team should comment on. What is that 15 million USDT from? What was it for? Where did it go? But I don't think it necessarily proves that it is 5% LP fees, because I would see that as something that would be an ongoing thing. Did you see it ongoing after July?
Again. So I want to address this real quick, which is when I talked to Papa, he said Kyle got paid $3 million. He said, "Oh, that's payment." Because I said, "Look, it looks like he got a payoff." He goes, "No, that payment is from the 25% ownership equity in Safemoon." So Safemoon is considering this profit, and it's all or Caroni's considering it profit to Safemoon. According to Papa, he's putting it inside Kyle's wallet, right? So Kyle's profiting from their profit share agreement or whatever. So what does that mean Caroni's doing with the rest of it?
We don't know. We don't know what Caroni is doing with the rest of it. That is correct.
No,
we
but
also
how
don't
is
know
Safemoon
exactly-
making the money? I'm saying Safemoon's considering. How did Safemoon make the money? Where did all the money come from? It's so basic. We know Bitmart's making millions, or Safemoon's making millions from the Bitmart deal. Caroni's saying it's going to put him in another tax bracket, and then surprise, surprise, it appears it put him in another tax bracket. And you're saying, well, we don't know. It's very possible. What's going on?
Yeah, that's a great question. That is something that I definitely want to know.
And
but
where
I would
is
like
John?
To know.
And where's the 10 million BUSD that was in the liquidity pool? I mean, they took it out. And so now the
Treasury
price is
wallet.
falling because of it, right? Because the price is twice as unstable because they took $10 million out of the liquidity pool for some reason. Nobody can answer that question. So this is a big problem here. I mean, I think you can agree. I've seen you in Safemoon chats, and you're very knowledgeable, and I respect the fact you can follow the blockchain. I really respect the amount of digging you've done. You're not your average Safemoon holder. I want the chat to understand that. But you got to give me something here. I mean, this is a ton of evidence that's all goes one way.
Yeah. So I just why do you think 5% LP is, if that is what in fact it is, and it could be, why do you think that stopped at that point? Why do you think it did not continue after July 2021?
Why did it
Or do you
stop?
see connected
I mean,
wallets where it
I think we'll have to follow up on that because there's a bunch of wallets that continue taking or are making millions on Bitmart as well from Tether.
having
After that,
USDT transferred from Bitmart hot wallets? Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. So there's still more wallets getting a lot of USDT.
Yeah,
sent.
and look, honestly, maybe they go, okay, look, at this point, we're gonna try to pivot to some new funding source or whatever. Like we don't know. All I know is they were making millions of dollars from the deal. They said they were going to make millions of dollars from the deal. They said they were going to get put in a new tax bracket. It looks like a guy who lived in a trailer all of a sudden is in a new tax bracket. It doesn't take a genius to figure this out. And then, by the way, that same Coroni wallet got millions or trillions of Safemoon from who? Papa. Where did Papa get those funds from? He got them from the LP and from Kyle's wallet. Where did Kyle get the money from? From the stolen LP as well. So Coroni's wallet definitely benefited from stolen LP. No matter any way you try to hack it or slice it, that Coroni-controlled wallet took from the LP, benefited from the LP. Have you seen these transactions? Have you seen these transactions to Coroni's wallet?
They got 4.3 trillion roughly from indirectly from Safemoon Dev's wallet. And I believe at this point it still holds about 4.2 billion V2, so it has the vast majority of what it started with. But it did send, I believe it sent about 208 billion indirectly into Bitmart, and then later got out 3,425 BNB back from Bitmart. So it's possible that it profited from Bitmart 3,425 BNB from what I followed.
No, but again, I'm just talking about Safemoon here. I'm just talking about Safemoon. Charles, so I'll put it up on screen so you can see it. So Charles Coroni got $1 trillion from Safemoon, from $1 trillion from Papa, right? Where did Papa get those funds from? From Kyle and the LP. So at the minimum there, you have that. Then you have a bunch of Bitmart wallets. Then you have Papa paying him another $3 trillion. So here's the problem is, like, even if there's this magical explanation for Bitmart, which makes no sense, you still haven't benefiting from the LP. No, like, however you want to do it. So whether you want to
very early LP, yes. Yeah, there was definitely a large amount removed from liquidity. I didn't follow it yet, but some user, I think, replied to you, USURY on Twitter.
Yeah, they can't seem to figure out. No, they can't seem to figure out the difference between a sell and an add liquidity and a buy and a remove liquidity, which is really frustrating. I've explained it to him. I've offered to explain it to him. He refuses and keeps doubling down on this thing. And so he says, like, oh, it's the same thing to add liquidity and to do a sell, and it's just not. So it's kind of hard to talk to him because he refuses to talk. And when I offer to debunk his points, he says, no, I'm not going to do that. So. I mean, I don't know what I can do with people like that because they refuse. They're the kinds that talk. They make big statements, but then they refuse to, like, actually engage.
Right. Yeah. It is very clear that Safemoon Dev pulled amounts of Safemoon and used it to assemble a team quickly, as you showed in your videos, when the thing started getting a lot bigger than I think he ever expected it would.
Right. Which
wasn't going to run it.
Which was the fraud. I mean, unfortunately, that is the fraud. If you say it's auto-locking and it's never auto-locking, that's the part of this that's a fraud. Again, we can go into the Bitmart stuff, and the main reason I did that was just to show people, like, hey, look, it's not just the old, because everyone said, like, oh, it's just the old team. But in a way that almost doesn't matter because they were stealing from the LP when they were saying it's locked, and when they finally copped to it, it was about the all-time high. John Coroni said on the all-time high day that automated and automatic are not the same thing. I mean, you cannot defend this guy.
Well, the original, so as far as the original locking, and then yes, I've been here pretty much the entire time, but the original locking of LP was from the DXL pre-sale. That's what their initial claims are, LP locked. If you watch any coins launch on BSC or Ethereum, and they do any kind of pre-sale, when they say locked, they mean from pre-sales, they mean it's locked LP that was generated via this pre-sale. They don't necessarily mean that everything after it's getting locked. But I will say it was confusing for a while thereafter whether or not the LP was being locked or not. There's a whole Warren Ruggs situation where they said it wasn't, and eventually he did get Thomas to manually start locking up LP for a duration until, as you showed in your video, and I agree with, I think John talked them out of locking LP after a certain point.
Right.
Being said, that LP is not. So how would a locked LP benefit if he wanted to ever upgrade a version of a contract, or if he ever wanted to transition to
whatever you offer people about, like whatever you tell. Hold on, and just so we're clear, because you kind of did this thing where you're like, oh, maybe they didn't really mean what they meant, maybe they just meant the initial. So this is a Medium article that Safemoon Dev wrote. Okay, I don't know if you've seen this. This is here we go. Third, we would implement a function within the contract that would auto-magically transfer a portion of each sale into the liquidity pool on PancakeSwap, locked for life. They weren't talking about the initial LP. They didn't do that. They lied from the very beginning about all of it.
Yes.
There was no auto-magical lock. This was a lie, right? This is a clear lie, and it's not up for debate about semantics about maybe they meant the initial. No, they were saying every sale.
Do you know what date that article was?
The capture's from March 8th.
March 8th, yeah. So right when he launched it.
8 days after he launched.
Sure, 8 days after he launched. I think, was the pre-sale on April 1st?
No, I think it was March 1st.
Sorry, March 1st is what I say.
My point is, look, here's the point. Kyle was lying. John Caroni's here lying. I mean, look, even Papa was saying in the thing, he goes, the LP lock was never automated. Because we talked about this. LP lock was never automated. This is never true. This has never been true.
It was the B token contract, which didn't have that built into it.
So you're saying the guy that's supposed to be innocent, Captain Hodl, John Caroni, is lying at the all-time high still about the LP, and that's okay.
Who is he lying? He was saying it was automatically locked still at that point.
The LP lock is not automatic, but automated. Automated and automatic are not. It's the jargon he does, where he like says, not, he says a lot.
I mean, he had to
nothing.
If we're going to be on his side here, we can say he's doing that to try and make the misleading statements by Safemoon Dev, Kyle, kind of clean that up a little bit.
With another misleading statement?
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't make sense, does it? You're making a misleading statement more clear by issuing another misleading statement?
Good point there.
Okay. Anything else that we can talk about? Because obviously I want to make sure, we talk about everything.
Yeah. So the main thing again for me was your statement that the 15 million USDT is 5% Bitmart fees. That's the thing that I would like the team to come out and show us one way or the other about it. I will say that Thomas, in his initial response, I believe to your first video, someone was actually asking him questions about that.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying that he did not control the wallet, that the 5% fees from exchanges, I think it sounded like he was indicating potentially more than just Bitmart. But he didn't control wallets where those 5% fees meant to go back in LP were being sent to. He was indicating that he did the math on those, that he verified that I suppose the volume and price and all that on an exchange that should have gone into 5% LP fees was being sent out in USDT, and then it actually matched what the 5% LP should have been for. So I would like to see if Thomas wants to maybe come forward with that wallet address.
To be clear, yeah. So he told me, I think in the call, I think this is from our call, he told me that John Caroni controls those money market accounts. So that would again make sense. John Caroni controls those. Which again is another strike against our boy. But it sort of doesn't matter, does it? Like the way I see it, I'm not okay. So this $15 million of Tether, if it at all comes from the liquidity pool, it should have gone back into the liquidity pool. That's the only way you don't rob investors, right? Absolutely. Because it came from LP1 and then LP2. They did that funny way of buying stuff, so they ended up with tons of Safemoon. This was said to be John Caroni's idea, by the way. Then they sell, let's just say they made all their money from selling it over the counter to Bitmart. And then they just decide that's all our funds. That's a problem. You understand that, right?
That's what happened. Yes, if that's what happened.
Right,
So
but it's either that, or it's the 5%. Wherever they got it from, it's fraud. I mean, in my opinion.
Yeah, so it'd be I think it would be great if the team would come out and show us 5% fees from the exchanges, especially Bitmart, and where that was sent and when it was added back to liquidity pools.
Papa's saying it wasn't. He said that's not really how we did it.
He said I need to rewatch your new video. I just barely saw, and
sure,
I just
that's
saw
fine.
But I'm just referring to his initial response to your first video where he said he verified the amount of USDT that was being sent to a wallet from the 5% fees, and he didn't control that, and he didn't seem to really have an answer or necessarily follow up on where it went after that point. So
unfortunately, yeah, Papa's a good source, but I think there was a lot he didn't know what was going on. At least that's what he says. He kind of claims that a lot of the stuff he really didn't know about, which I'm not sure I completely buy, to be frank with you. But he's kind of like, look, Kyle stole from the LP. What? Like, I can't believe it. It's like, how are you the blockchain CTO and you don't understand that the guy before you basically rugged 54 trillion tokens from your project? Like, how could that be possible? So I don't know what's going on with the whole Papa thing. He seems to be arguing, look, this is Caroni's show. I never had ownership, which seems to be true. If you look up the incorporation documents for Safemoon, it does seem to be controlled by Kyle's on there, and then Caroni, and then Kyle gets kicked out. So it looks like, okay, it is just John. That makes sense. So John is ultimately the one who has to answer for these millions of dollars that are just going into the black void that is Bitmart. And then suddenly millions of dollars appear into his control, his wallet, the wallet that he controls. Yeah. So it's like it's a little strange here. I don't know if there's too much of a case.
Yeah, I would definitely love to see some answers on that. That is the main thing that I'm interested in.
Well, and the thing I'm interested in is Caroni's lies. I mean, again, we can't get past he's lying the day of the all-time high, ladies and gentlemen. This is the whole problem. If you come clean, but you come clean after you've taken all the money in, the most money you're ever going to take in, that doesn't matter. It's too little too late. If they had come out March 2nd and said, hey, look, guys, we lied. This is how things are. Nobody's involved. There's no injuries because, look, they've admitted it, right? Look what they've done. They've admitted it. But it's too little too late when you come out the day of April 21st, everybody's in, and then you go, ooh, oops, let me fix this misleading statement with another misleading statement.
Right. So with the was liquidity removed? Did you see after that point, after that statement? Like, was it continually removed by the current contract owner, which at that point I believe was Thomas?
Yeah, Papa kept taking it out to do his funny migration. Remember his little special migration wallet where he ended up with tons of Safemoon. Shocker. Yeah. So that's the whole issue, man.
And did you traced? You said you traced the LP movements from V1 to V2, the Safemoon that was left behind, that was sold or sent off to exchanges?
Yeah, we have this big spreadsheet basically showing where a lot of that goes. I show Thomas it on the call, and basically he was saying, look, the money that's going to Bitmart, I didn't, that wasn't my call. All of that's basically Caroni. So again, love to talk to Caroni about this. He's not talking. So Champ of Sun, we've talked for a while. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for talking to me.
Appreciate it. We can follow up in DMs. I'll see you. Okay, cool guy. I've been wanting to talk to him for a while. Let's get Turbo Chat up here. We've got like 2 more calls in me. I feel like now we finally had some good Safemoon. Oh, excuse me. We've had some good Safemooner calls. So we'll do a few more unless some big Safemoon YouTuber wants to come in here and debunk all this. But until then, okay, Turbo Chad, what's going on?
Not much, man. Am I coming on right, or is there something wrong with my mic? Just to get that out of the way.
Mic's beautiful, baby. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. I'm actually, I remember Safemoon years ago. It's been a very long time. I'm not what I would call a super Safemooner. In fact, really, I just heard about this controversy quite recently. All I'm gonna do is be a bit more moderate and maybe ask you some questions. So number one, sorry, I just kind of joined. What's truly the thing that's like? What are some of your big contentions? Like what?
Okay, sorry, I don't have time for a guy like who like just figured out about this whole thing. It's like, ooh, you know, and basically trying to catch up on the drama in a live space where we're supposed to be talking about it. Okay, Fish, SFM, sorry if that was rude. I'm just trying to get people who are into Safemoon on the call. I've done this to everybody. I apologize to that guy right there. But I don't really apologize because I told you guys what this was. Fish, SFM, please. Are you there? Hello.
Is my mic good?
Hello, man. Yes, your mic's fine. How's it going?
Perfect. Not bad. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
Perfect. So I've been basically in Safemoon for almost since launch. I bought in at like very, very early April, and I've been holding on now for a while. I've watched both your videos, and I had my hand up earlier and stuff, and I had some good things to say. And more or less, I just want, I don't know, you said you were debating and stuff, so if you just want to ask a few things, then I don't know, we can kind of get the conversation rolling.
Well, first, do you believe Safemoon's a fraud or not a fraud, or like you think it's on the up and up? Do you think what's your opinion of Safemoon?
I'm kind of middle ground. Like I would say I'm a little open to both sides of the party. Like I understand where you're coming from, where there's some missing LP things. I also know some of the former people you've talked to who also have some sketchy backgrounds as well. There's, you know, like you said before, John should come out and definitely talk about where some of the LP is at. But there's also the other speculation that other people debated on of what if that LP is being used for things like, you know, people got to live and stuff. But the project, if it's going to develop, you know, you got to have funding for it. And I mean, would you say
a $2 million is just gotta live kind of money?
Not in that sense, no, right? Like that's a big sum of money, obviously missing. You know, it's not a couple $1,000 to get by for rent and food and all that. That's definitely a big chunk of money. But it's where that money is going, right? Like, is it being used for development or is it only being used for personal
To
gain?
be clear, Papa said, I said, how much do you profit from Safemoon? He said $2 million. Yeah. So I'm telling you right there.
Yeah, and he showed his McLaren off and all that. He also, you know, this guy. I don't know.
And
if
you're
I'd
down 90%. Well, no, maybe you're not. How are you doing? I shouldn't assume about your investment. How are you doing?
I'm still up.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Okay, but most people are down. Most people are down a lot of money right now.
Yeah, for sure. I know.
So what I'm saying is, this guy's a millionaire. Everybody else is down. Most of the people are down. Is that a problem?
Well, I mean, for sure, right? Like, no one wants to be down money, you know? Everybody wants to get their bag, whether they're in cryptocurrency for the tech or they're just in it for the money, right? You obviously want your bag to be increasing. But what I was going to say is, you know, Papa has showed off before, like, he's had, I don't know if I'd go as far to say sociopathic tendencies, but this guy's definitely gone out before and said some radical things, you know? He's said how down bad he's been, and then all of a sudden he's flexing his McLaren and then going on saying that John's phone has been hacked 3 times and all that, and things like that just have not happened. And I think for sure, not just by Pop himself, but there's a few people you talk to who used to be associated with the project who have some sketchy backgrounds as well. Like Kyle Nagy, for example, that used to be Safemoon dev. I found out who that was before that was ever leaked to the public back in about May, or I think it was late April actually. I found out who it was, and he's linked back all the way from RuneScape scamming and all that. Like he's got some ties, you know, to being fraudulent in the past.
That's
as well.
Your creator right there.
So, you know, and I know, unfortunately, I bought in before we knew, you know, all that. That info I found with another guy in the Safemoon project.
So you admit this thing started as a scam, like basically was trying to be a scam.
From Kyle Nagy's point of view, for sure.
So the guy who created the coin,
piece of shit.
So it was meant to be a scam because he's the only guy around at the start. So Safemoon was meant to be a scam, right?
I think even on your video too, you had it pulled up. I think he had other like fake tokens or something made on his contract or something like that.
Yeah, right. So he had a coin called "Give Me Your Money" or something like that.
Now keep in mind though, this is in the past. This is the entire team besides
This is the
John.
same. But to be clear,
It is
this
the same
is
project.
the same
It is the same
project, right? Okay, so this thing started as a scam. Okay, so then it launches. Safemoon Dev immediately starts taking money, and that money is used to pay basically everyone in the project. Coroni got payment, or that Coroni wallet. Gabe got payments. You've got the Papa getting payments. You've got pump and dumpers like Ben Phillips getting payments. So everybody's benefiting from what was intended to be a fraud from the very get-go. Millions of dollars have been taken out. Most of the people are down 90%. How is this not a fraud?
Yeah, no, for sure. That guy needs to be investigated for sure. I think Hank needs to be investigated as well
No,
as
but do you think it's
Papa.
right that the team is making millions of dollars from fraud, like from fraudulent?
No,
you're even saying intended fraud.
Anyone who's trying to use someone else's wealth to get their personal gain, is just stealing out of, like you said, a liquidity pool. No, of course that's fraud, right? Like that's stealing. That's literally theft.
Okay, so also, Caroni made money from that. Caroni's lying about the LP as of the all-time high. I mean, you can't admit he's perpetuating what is a fraud. When you continue to lie about how your LP works, you are perpetuating a fraud. True or false? So if you have a fraud, I come into that fraud. I can do two things. I can say, hey, look, guys, we messed up. We defrauded you guys, but we're going to fix it. Or I can go, well, I'll just keep kind of misleading you guys as long as I can.
Yeah, before I answer this, I will say the way they have their contract set up with their liquidity pools, it is a bit confusing to read at times. Like I've seen it firsthand. It is a little confusing. So sometimes when it looks like there's sales going on or something like that, sometimes it's the liquefy function going off. But yes, anyone who is stealing, obviously that's theft. Like doesn't matter if it's money, doesn't matter if it's a car, doesn't matter if it's a bike. If you're stealing something, it's obviously a crime. That wallet though of John's, I don't know where you were seeing some of those transactions. Maybe you can link me. Maybe I had the wrong transaction.
You have to look at it on Etherscan. You look at it on BSC Scan. He's got it on both BSC Scan and Etherscan. Take a look at that. Listen, I'm going to grab a few more people because I'm almost done here. I'll let you go. Thank you for coming up.
All right. Yeah,
Thank you, man, for coming on the show. We'll have a few more people. Let's see here. Who wants to come up next? Who is the next up? Technically, it's who? Catman? Okay, Catman, come on up.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, Catman. Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
how's it going?
How's it going?
So I'll just be quick. I'm not a Safemoon investor. I just want to talk about the social aspect of Safemoon. I feel like a lot.
Sorry, I only do. I told you guys. I did it to everyone else. It'd be unfair if I didn't do it to you. Okay, go next. Hello, are you there? Are you there, my friend? Who is it? No, he's not there. Who's next? Slick Rick. Sorry, bud. You are not coming up here. Okay, Costa Designs, you're next. Or I missed David. Oh, I'm sorry, David. David, I'll invite you to speak. Oh, Slick Rick made it. Oh, no. Oh, no. We have too many people. Okay. Hold on, guys. I invited too many people. Slick Rick, how's it going?
Good, man. How you doing?
Hey, how's it going? Tell me what's going on.
All right. So, well, I mean, I've been an early investor too since last April. Well, unfortunately, I got hacked from some other person, not from SafeMoon, on my birthday actually. But the community was, strong, and they helped me a little bit get back on my feet. And I believe in the project. I also became friends with Thomas. I have his personal phone number, and I only talked to him a few times because I know he's busy doing his thing, work and all that. But yeah, he told me it was just getting too corporate for him because he believes in DeFi, and I guess if SafeMoon's going a different route, in his eyes, that's what he told me, and that was months ago, around the time of my hack. So, but everything, it does sound a little fishy, and I watch both of your videos. I go on spaces. I hear what's going on.
What do you mean
I
a
talk
little fishy?
bit.
Define a little fishy. What does that mean?
Well,
what does that mean, a little
okay,
fishy?
so
on a scale of 1 to fishy, how fishy are we here? 1 to 10. One is not fishy. One is your
I'm
Apple.
looking at it as no. I know. I said I watched both of your videos, and yeah, what I'm saying is, okay, how did, for example, Ethereum or BNB, how did they start? How did they get their wealth? Because obviously they're very wealthy too. It feels like it's almost just like, I know, he shouldn't have had millions of dollars overnight. I can't say that. A CEO does not just become a millionaire overnight. It's just,
Slick Rick, hold on. You're wait. Answer the question. 1 to fishy, because you're doing a lot of whataboutism. What about this? What about this? Let's talk about SafeMoon, right? SafeMoon lied about their core functionality, which was the LP. They said it's all locked up, not going anywhere. That was not true. They 5 days in, they start stealing from it. So on a scale of 1 to fishy, how fishy are we talking here?
I mean, if it's on the blockchain, it's there. It's proven. I mean, as long as it ties to the right person, that the blockchain doesn't hide. I mean, it's all depends at the end of the day. Did he spend his house on that? Did he spend like the actual receipts of like his house? Like, if you want to get really in depth, that's the way you would have to look. But at this point, I mean, yeah, it is.
On
is
a
a
scale of 1 to
disturbing for me.
fishy, how fishy is it?
50-50, 5.
So we're talking
'Cause
a
I can
mermaid
look at
here.
both sides.
Safemoon is a mermaid. Safemoon is
No,
half fish,
well-
half man or woman. Okay, maybe a merman.
All right, so let's do another example. All right, something like Amazon or just any startup company that makes successful. How do they get their money, and how do they become that rich so quickly? And I'm just
Not
saying. I mean,
from-
yeah,
probably not from
not-
making
not-
a
not
major
from the
lie to
investors?
investors. From lying to investors?
Yeah. Okay. So, do we know the BNB history? Do we know the Ethereum history on how they became
Listen,
wealthy?
I'm not going to walk you through like, oh, what about this? What about that? We're dealing with everything
I
on
mean,
its own merit.
You're just targeting one person's.
Have you seen my
way of
channel?
how they make their money.
I don't know. I don't target
Basically.
one person. I've gone
I
through
mean,
many.
yeah, Ben
You got to
Phillips
watch
thing,
more of
that's
my
shady. I
videos.
mean,
Yeah, but every time when I talk about those other
that's a lot
coins,
of
I don't
money.
go. I don't go. Hey, what about Safemoon?
You
What
know?
about this? You're talking about a mermaid here. I'm afraid your mermaid has turned into a beautiful fish. I mean, I apologize, but that's just the truth. Listen, man, it was good to talk. I'll talk to you later. Guys, we need one more good caller here. Let's see here. Who do we want? Guys, chat is going to decide our last caller of the night here, or of the day, whatever. Is it going to be by vote of... Okay, listen before you answer. Sammy79 is 1. Curvana is 2. OC is 3. Costa Designs is 4. Who do we want, based on these profiles, who do we think is going to give us the most stimulating intellectual conversation? Come on, guys. And then we're leaving. We're cutting this because this has been, wow. It's been a crazy one. Who do we believe? We got Sammy's 1. Curvana's 2. OC's 3. Costa Designs is 4. Put it in chat, boys. Put it in chat. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going by vote of hands. Guys, is this hard? Is this too hard? Oh no, we're getting responses. Hold on, sorry. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of 4s. The 4s seem to be winning. The 4s are winning. Okay, Costa Designs, you have been selected, sir. Costa Designs, get up here. The people have spoken. They want you. And I know the perfect first question for this guy. I know the perfect first question. Trust me. Costa Designs, the people. This is unbelievable. The will of the people is being just spit. We're spitting in the face of the will of the people right now. Costa Designs, please, sir. I'm begging you. Get up. Get up on stage, man. It's now or never. Oh, he's here. He's here. Wait a second. Costa Designs is up. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing, sir? Don't fail me now, Costa. Don't fail. Come on, Costa. Okay, I'm going to ask my first question while you work out your mic. On a scale of 1 to fishy, where 5 is a merman, as seen here, what would you say the Safemoon scheme is? Ladies and gentlemen, in chat, I want you to put your vote. On a scale of 1 to 10, 5 being a merman, what is Safemoon? Okay, Costa, you've lost your privileges. I'm sorry. We're inviting up who is. I'm gonna go look up what I think second number. Maybe. I think number 3 won there, which was OC. Next, OC, come up, sir. You've been invited on stage. Hey, man. Okay, scale of 1 to fishy. 5 is Merman. This is the question of the day.
5.
We're at a Merman again. Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. That's the Safemoon scheme.
Yeah, I believe that it's a huge scam, like complete fraud.
That would be a 10. You didn't listen to the question. That's a 10.
Oh yeah, 10 then. I thought it was out of 5.
Sir, can you help us wrap this up? The fact you think it's a scam makes me really want to kick you, but I also have to leave today. So we're going to wrap it up together with you and me together.
Okay.
What do you think about all this? You've been watching everything going on. Tell me what your experience is.
So, personally, I started watching Safemoon around 6 months ago. I first got introduced to it through Twitter, through the influencer hype, and I saw it, and I almost put money into it, and I don't know, I didn't.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's about it. That's on a scale of 1 to 10, that story was a 5. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. This concludes. We've been going now for almost 2 hours? How do I see how long we've been going for? Something like close to that, maybe an hour and a half. It's been a good time. Thank you for sending your best, Safemoon. We will continue to talk, I'm sure. Special shout out to a lot of you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.